going on again, guys? We got another one tonight, another new one I'm excited to try. I didn't even know this bottle existed until I saw a little bit of chatter in the San Antonio Bourbon Society group. Found this one, the new Evan Williams single barrel vintage bourbon. This one is higher proof than the original. I think the original was around 88 proof. This is a 117.76 proof. You heard that, 117.76. So we're gonna break into this sucker, give it a try. This one set me back, I think it was right at $40 out the door. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of these on the shelf, but I'm not sure. However, if you're unable to find this, hit me up, send me a message, comment on the video. We're happy to help you try to find one if you want to get your hands on it. Let's rip into this one and see how it does. All right, I always suck at ripping these wax ones open, but we're gonna give it a go. Between this and the rare character, oh my god, this is a little more stout than the rare character bottles. All right, I'll take it. We'll give this one a pour. Give it about 15 minutes since this is a legitimate fresh crack, and then we'll give it a taste. That comes out nice. I'll wait to smell it. Before I break into this nice little glass, it's been sitting here for 15 minutes, according to the old Siri wristwatch. Given the barrel details, so this one's barreled 10/8 of 2018, barrel number 119, bottled February 25th, 2026. So what does that put this one at? At 7 years and about 5 months. All right, so that's not a terrible age statement. I don't have a ton of experience or drinking experience with the Evan Williams products. You'd literally probably have to go back to 1999 or 2000, the last time that I drank Evan Williams on the regular. Let's give this one a shot. All right, let's see how we do. All right. That is extremely sweet, like baking spice and caramel right off the bat. Wow. Wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, first blush, that is literally almost drinking like a cognac to me. Definitely tastes that higher proof. Oh man, the burn down the back of the throat is fantastic. I'm very surprised by that. Well, I mean, for $40, these are, this is definitely going to be a value whiskey. I really hope it's readily available for a while. As long as the taters don't clean it off the shelves. Curiosity got the best of me. Like I said, this was $37 on the shelf, $40 out the door. I checked Bourbonneur, and of course they're saying it's $85 on the secondary market. Doesn't surprise me. So everybody trying to make a quick buck. However, those of you who actually take the time to rip through the ridiculously tough wax on top of these, you're going to be highly rewarded. This is delicious. So there's not a whole lot of complexity to this. In fact, this kind of tastes like a better version of the revamped early times bottled in bond. Not the new stuff that comes in the benchmark style bottles, but the goofy one. In fact, I think I have one around. This bottle right here. No, I'm not fortunate enough to have a black cap bottle, but these are not bad. I grabbed one as soon as I saw what the low price point was. I think these were 22, so can't really complain too much about that. Very budget conscious, but definitely helps take the burn out of the $100 and $200 and $300 bottles that I've been buying lately. But no, this was good, but I'm going to say if I had to do a head-to-head, and that may make for an interesting video later on down the road, trying to do a little bit of budget bourbon blind, this one takes the cake. Very sweet. Not a sugar bomb, but you can definitely taste that sweetness in it. So caramel, baking spice, which everybody says that they get baking spice in a lot of the bourbons that they taste. I don't get that. This is probably one of the first ones where I can taste that. This actually has a little bit of that extra salty caramel drizzle. I mean, it's delicious. Very warm, not oily at all. I will say that, this is one that there's some that really coat your mouth and coat your tongue. This doesn't do it. It's almost like it's evaporating or going straight down the old gullet. I'm definitely not somebody who's going to sit here and tell you that it tastes like hazelnuts and 3-day-old dates that have been sitting on the coffee table in your grandma's study that you're Grandpa used to smoke 10 packs a day in. I can't do that. I just don't have a palate for that. But I do need to come up with a way to rate these bourbons. I got one more surprise, so let's take another sip of this and then I'll get to that one. All right, guys, special bottle of the evening. So this is one that I got about a month ago. Don't really know why that I've been sitting on it this long to break into it. Got this through the Oaked Barrel Select group. Y'all already recognize the bottle. It's your Good Times. Mexican vanilla, rare cask finish. This is a 10-year. This is known as the Playboy Stag. The fantastic tater sticker on there. Gotta love it. Wouldn't want it without it, but it probably tastes just as good. So this one's aged 10 years. Most Good Times, 6 years, maybe 7 to 8 years. The 10-year age statement on this is what really drove it home for me. I haven't had a ton of Good Times bottles. All the ones I've had have been bangers, but they just kind of leave you a little something lacking. So I'm hoping that this fresh crack tonight will change my opinion of Good Times. I haven't had anything bad from the Oaked group. The Laws pick, holy cow, one of the best bottles I've ever tasted. So that being said, this is 116 proof. Let's break into it and see how it is. Got to be easier to get into than that Evan Williams. All right. Oh yeah. All right, this one, same thing. I'm gonna pour it, let it sit for 15 minutes. See you when I see you. All right, so while we wait for this to chill out a little bit and do my 15-minute rule, I'll tell you guys a little bit about the bottle. Good Times, anybody that's had Good Times, you guys know that most of these are double finished in one thing or another. This one is no different. This is barrel strength, non-chill filtered. That's MGP juice more than likely, but it's single barrel, straight bourbon. First finished in the Mexican vanilla casks, then finished in a rare bourbon. In this case, we know that they're stag barrels. But the 10-year age statement, again, that's what really did it for me. I feel like the first 2 or 3 Good Times bottles that I tried tasted real young. So I'm hoping that this changes my opinion of Good Times, and more than likely it just means I'm gonna have to look for the 10-year or older stuff, which aren't we all? All right, let's give it a shot. It's been 15 minutes and I'm impatient. Not a lot of ethanol. Wish I had my Glens, but these will do just fine. Definitely the best Good Times I've tasted. The aroma coming off this is first, but really the vanilla doesn't hit you until it hits the back of your teeth. Straight vanilla. This is like a vanilla milkshake to me with a little bit of booze behind it. I'm not going to say that I can taste the stag, but I can definitely taste a very familiar profile. And I've got a whole cabinet full of stag at the house, of various varieties and brands. But my taste buds only go back to 2023, so I can't speak from experience and say, oh, this tastes like batch 14, or oh, this tastes like batch 1. I think I actually have a batch 14 sitting in the house. Hasn't been opened, but that's a conversation for another day. All right, so this is the first Good Times that I'm not disappointed with. Credit due where it's deserved. This is hands down the best Good Times that I've tasted to date. Oaked, fantastic pick. Really glad that I'm part of that group, or that I at least follow that group, but absolute banger. I'm going to continue the streak. Haven't had any bottles that I've put on video that I don't like yet. So again, if you have the luxury of finding this, or if you even want to sample, hit me up. Hit me up with a comment on there. I've been known to send samples to folks. There's nothing better about the bourbon community than people who are willing to share spirits, share their tasting notes, share their experiences. If we don't do that, then what the hell are we drinking bourbon for? Anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in. Great bottle. Pick it up if you can. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Stay safe. Drink responsibly. Well, guys, I appreciate you sticking around tasting those 2 bottles. I did want to pass something along. I got some feedback through Facebook Messenger. I appreciate it. That I have yet to really rate any of the bottles that I've tried. So in the spirit of trying to keep things fair and equitable, let's just go 0 to 10, based primarily on value, availability, flavor. All of those things should be taken into account. But bear in mind, there probably will be no 10. Hopefully there won't be any zeros. I've yet to taste anything really bad. but you know that's going to come. I guarantee there's going to be something out there that just sounds amazing. Everybody wants to get their hands on. May look really pretty, have a flashy bottle, but it probably tastes like shit. So that being said, on a scale of 0 to 10, the Evan Williams 117.76 proof single barrel vintage bourbon, this one gets a 6.8. This is great price point, great flavor, super easy drinking. Definitely, you know, one that I'm gonna, you know, keep going back to. We all know how those bottles you get really amped up. You have one taste and you're like, yeah, this one's gonna sit on the shelf. Definitely not this one. In fact, I'll probably try to get a backup of this as soon as I can. So 6.8, really strong showing. Now the good times. I wasn't bullshitting earlier. This is easily the best good times I've had to date. This one I'm giving a 7.5. Good price point could be better, but we all know good times. You're looking at least $100. But this is a really good double finish bourbon. Very surprised by this one. The other good times that I've tried, I don't even think I'd give them 5s. And I've only had some honey. I can't even remember what they are, so I don't want to lie. But I'll show you on one of my next videos from the house. But this one, good, 7.5. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, whether it's a 10-year or even some of the 7 or 8-year age statement Mexican vanillas, give them a shot. This one, it's probably not going to be as cool as this badass group pick, but you're probably not going to be disappointed by the Mexican vanilla. But yeah, aging these in stag barrels, definitely the way to go. So there you go. There's my ratings. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll keep the content short and keep them coming. You guys continue to write me, comment on the videos, like them, subscribe. I'm gonna do my best to do some educational ones coming on down the road. But until then, you guys stay drinking, drink responsibly. See you later.